Hi everyone. We're going to spend the next few minutes going through the news of what's happened in the crypto space over the last week or so. Interestingly, MasterCard and MetaMask have launched a crypto to fiat card. Those of you who've been in the space will know that right now it's not super easy to sell crypto because you need to transfer to an exchange, sell it for fiat, move those funds to a bank account, and then spend that, which has been a roadblock to making crypto more mainstream. So, this offering functions like a traditional debit card. Users can make purchases directly from their MetaMask wallet while keeping custody of their funds until the moment of transaction. Within the wallet, the crypto is held on chain on the Linea network, which is a layer 2 network, and MetaMask is used to set spending caps for the card. So a couple of more articles about this same thing. Pay with crypto anywhere in the world where MasterCard is accepted. Available via a limited pilot program for the first few thousand users in EU and UK. By later this year, expected to roll out fully in the EU and the UK. Coming quarters, pilot launches will expand to additional regions. Issued by banks, a British fintech firm. At present, card is compatible with stable coins USDT and USDC, as well as wrapped Ethereum, which is staked Ethereum on a network. Funds will remain self-custodied until the moment of transaction, instantaneously converted to fiat currency. This is important because I remember over the last few years I've looked at other card related options. Firstly, not too many of those exist in India. They're not really uh, approved for use in India. But there has been one, I think that was the Nexo wallet. And most of these, what they expected you to do was convert your crypto, sell it for the market rate in dollars, and load the dollars onto your card, and then use that card wherever you were in the world, which never really made too much sense because the whole point of people who invest in crypto, the whole point of investing in crypto for them is to let that crypto appreciate over time. And if the requirement is that you convert it to dollars and load dollars onto a card, then you're basically not allowing those crypto investors to continue remaining invested in crypto. So, major step to removing the friction that is existing between the blockchain and the traditional payments world. To check eligibility, visit MetaMask in a web browser, look for card tab in the menu, sign up for a waitlist to receive updates on when might be eligible in their location. Third article on the same thing. Opening up this crypto purchase power to our 100 million plus acceptance locations. As both worlds get increasingly intertwined, stable coins have surged in popularity as a sturdy means of linking off-chain and on-chain worlds. Damodaran from MasterCard and his team are endeavoring to create an alternative system to stablecoins that instead of putting crypto companies like Circle and Tether in the catbird seat of the new digital economy, keeps payment services like MasterCard and traditional banks at the center. This goes on to talk about how they also want to unlock the potential of bank deposits. And MasterCard announced a program, MTN, that would allow bank deposits to symbolically exist on chain and power commerce. I don't expect your bank deposits in mine to become public chain assets, but they need to be allowed to be used for purchasing assets that may be on a public chain. Basically, a representation of your assets in the traditional finance ecosystem being reflected for you to be able to use them on the crypto in the crypto universe. Real world assets like real estate and commodities are poised to go digital and live on chain. Okay. There's another article. This goes on to actually try and connect too many dots too far into the future, but it is still an interesting development nonetheless. Apple's decision to open iPhone's NFC payment functionality to third-party developers. Allaire, who is the CEO of Circle, hinted that tap-to-pay payments using Circle's USDC stablecoin are incoming soon. While Circle has no direct relationship with Apple, the NFC upgrades allows Web3 and crypto wallets to use the technology for transactions. It could enable a user experience where iPhone wallet supporting USDC, also payments, phones Face ID could confirm the payment and initiate a blockchain transaction. Could open up a powerful pathway for direct to merchant USDC payments as well as other uses such as NFTs for tickets and certificates. Then it goes on to say global NFC market size was valued around 26 billion in 2022. It's projected to reach 507 billion by 2032, CAGR of 36%. USDC is poised to capitalize on the growing NFC market, which is expected to hit this, which is today larger than Ethereum and USDC's combined market caps at 314 and 34. Total transaction value for global contactless payments is growing from 7.4 to 15.7. Then they said if USDC captures even a fraction of this, 2% of $15.7 trillion, it comes to $314 billion worth of annual transactions. This influx could significantly impact Ethereum's price and so on and so forth, right? So basically making a connection to say Apple, iPhone, NFC, USDC takes a share of the growing NFC market, and if that happens, then because USDC is on the Ethereum blockchain, it basically creates value and increases the price of Ethereum. Let's see if that plays out the way people are expecting. Moving on to WazirX, 14th of August, they said process of migrating the remaining assets held with Liminal to new multi-sig wallets. Quick segue into Liminal. This is the same article talking about the same thing. Liminal blamed and WazirX had blamed each other for the success of the attack in July, in case you didn't know. And here, in terms of this movement, Liminal said that it is cooperating in the process of letting WazirX move their funds out. Quickly jumping on to Liminal, it was founded in 2021 by a team of engineers with extensive experience in the crypto space who were formerly behind the Indian exchange called Zeppay. Maheen Gupta got started in 2012 and then co-founded Zeppay. Alright, that's the story of Liminal. Coming back to WazirX, maintenance from 6 p.m. on 15th August to 2 a.m. on 16th August to restore all balances of all accounts and undo all trades made on the platform after the stoppage of withdrawals at 1 p.m. IST on 18th of July. This was their message at 2 o'clock on 15th of August. At 2:31 a.m. on 16, they said it's extended till 4 a.m. and then around 5:15 a.m. they said account balances have been restored, all trades have been undone, and goes on to say that they're currently focusing on finding solutions for INR and crypto balances which require legal analysis. So even though your account probably now shows on paper, on the digital screen, what it was at that point in time, I don't think they have still enabled withdrawals of either crypto or fiat yet. This one from 18th, earlier today, 2:37, says we will share conclusive findings from the independent third-party forensic analysis within the next 24 to 48 hours. So it's going to be an interesting Monday and Tuesday for us to see what those findings are. Let's see. Binance has resumed operations for users in India after a 7-month hiatus imposed by a local authority for operating illegally. Basically, this happened a few months ago. They registered as a reporting entity with FIU. Late last year, India blocked nearly a dozen foreign exchanges, including Binance, Kraken, KuCoin, and Mexi, at the recommendation. That recommendation from the FIU followed because a group of local crypto exchanges complained to the Indian Ministry of Finance that they were losing business to non-compliant foreign crypto exchanges. Right? In terms of compliance, as some of you already know, one of the compliance pieces is I believe a 1% TCS, tax collected at source. Um, that seems to have been put in place, I think, over the last couple of years. All right. Quarterly findings. Goldman Sachs has disclosed they have $418 million worth of holdings in spot Bitcoin ETFs. Uh, Quarterly filing revealed investments in 7 different ETFs. Earlier this year, the GS head of digital assets called Bitcoin ETFs an astonishing success. As legacy finance gradually embraces Bitcoin, Bitcoin ETFs have become a prime gateway for institutional participation. They offer familiarity and liquidity while muting Bitcoin's volatility swings. Right? So the street is here. Speaking of ETFs, the SEC has approved the launch of MSTX, the first leveraged single stock ETF targeting MicroStrategy. It will seek to deliver 175% of MicroStrategy's stock's daily return. Basically, it is leveraged ETF and it's following only a single stock. Senior analyst for Bloomberg, Eric, said that this will be the most volatile ETF you can get in the US market. SEC has recently allowed single stock ETFs after years of rejecting proposals. There are others who have received approval for 3x leveraged ETFs for Tesla and Apple. However, leveraged ETFs remain a small niche, accounting for less than 1% of total ETFs. Speaking of MicroStrategy, Marathon Digital Holdings has basically followed what MicroStrategy has been doing for the last year or two. They have raised debt and used that debt to purchase about $249 million worth of Bitcoin. So overall, Marathon Digital Holdings, which is one of the largest crypto miners in the US, their Bitcoin treasury now has about over 25,000 Bitcoin. Announced $250 million convertible note was met with strong demand, allowing them to bump it up to a $300 million deal. They used those proceeds, 249, to accumulate 4,000 Bitcoin at around 59.5 per Bitcoin. In July, I had touched upon this. They bought $100 million of Bitcoin on the open market as part of their long-term hodl strategy. They're mimicking MicroStrategy's corporate playbook. Other firms such as Semler Scientific and Metaplanet are also raising money in debt markets. This, I think, is an interesting insight. It says these savvy public companies are using the fiat system's cheap lending rates to accumulate scarce Bitcoin. Right? So you're using fiat, which is readily available in enough quantity, and you're using that to buy up digital assets which are scarce, and nothing more scarce as a digital asset than Bitcoin. This demonstrates Bitcoin's growing conviction that it is the best strategic reserve asset for public companies. Same article, just a different piece. Wanted to just quickly touch upon this. Convertible notes, which will mature on 1st of September 2031, offer holders the option to convert them into cash, shares of Marathon Digital's common stock, or a combination thereof. Initial conversion rate is set at 52.9 shares per $1,000 of principal amount. Which comes to approximately 18.89 per share. That, if you were to just compare at the close of trading on 15th of August, the share was trading at $15.14. Right. Quickly jumping over Gemini. So the Winklevoss brothers were behind Gemini, and they are urging the CFTC to withdraw a proposed rule on event contracts. They believe that cryptocurrency prediction platforms offer a level of integrity that other platforms can't match. The reason they say that is because it's very different from just a regular poll. In a poll, there's no stake involved. People can just share their opinion, but I'll come to that. Gemini has urged US regulators to withdraw a proposed regulation that, if passed, would ban all event contracts on decentralized prediction markets. Right? There's a letter written to the CFTC. It would end up banning all event contracts like those traded on Polymarket, the world's largest prediction market. Unlike polls, pundits, or expert opinions, they require participants to put their money where their mouth is to have skin in the game. He explained that platforms like Polymarket's proof of stake requirement give them a level of integrity that other platforms can't match. So it's not about a given platform coming in and giving like Ladbrokes or something, giving odds which people are using. It's about people on either side of the bet being able to put their money where their mouth is, and in real time, I'm guessing, as they were to put up their money, the odds will automatically change, right? Depending on how much money is being put on either side. This rule is coming because 5 senators and 3 reps have renewed calls for this CFTC to ban betting. On 17th of July, Cointelegraph reported that fevered speculation over the US presidential election has driven Polymarket's volumes to record levels, which was about $387 million worth of volume in July, surpassing the $111 million worth of volume throughout June. Speaking of the US government and CFTC and others, interesting, just wanted to share, this is something that you should know. Because Bitcoin is as public as a public ledger gets, this link talks about how they are able to track that 10,000 Bitcoin were transferred by the US government to Coinbase under this transaction. Notably, this wallet received those 10,000 BTC from well-known Silk Road DOJ confiscated funds wallet. So far, they have deposited 16,000 BTC to Coinbase at an average price of 60. The government still holds 203,000 Bitcoins. Right. Moving on to the next article. Many of you might not know this. This used to be a lot more popular back in the day. You could just go to different websites and they would give you like a trickle bit of Bitcoin for you to just add to your wallet and get familiar with how to do it. There are still apparently some platforms that pay small amounts of Bitcoin, some games, some podcasts. This one talks about the Fountain app. It just says that it's awarded inconsistently and not at all times. Offers rewards through Bitcoin's Lightning Network and collaboration payments firm Zebedee. Offers some unique bonus features as the app, which is financially supporting participating shows. Users pay small amounts of Bitcoin to not only support their favorite shows, but also to give them more visibility in the app in the process. However, the amount is really, really small. Some days the person said 1 Satoshi per minute for the first 10 minutes. That is 10 Satoshis, which is about 0.6 cents, not $0.6. And then it says about 5 cents for a day for the first 10 minutes, 8 sats a minute. So not a lot of money, but yes, a little bit of trickle through some of these apps. Finally, thought I'll spend some time talking about this. Those of you who know, there are hardware wallets. One of the ways to secure hardware wallets is to safely keep your 12-word or your 24-word key. Usually that is done by people who write it on a piece of paper and then they keep that piece of paper safely. This takes it to one more level, and that level is that you're saving your 24-word, 12-word secret phrase on something that is indestructible. and that is what this steel plate is. It says fireproof, waterproof, shockproof, hackerproof, right? Proven design. And very interestingly, I'll show you how this works. So as you guys might know, when you're setting up a ledger or a hardware wallet, the words that you get, they don't come from the English Oxford Dictionary. It comes from, I believe, a fixed set of words, about 1,000 odd words, called, I think, BIP 39. So that's the universe of words through which any 12, any 24 words will randomly get generated and be given to you when you're setting up your hardware wallet. And those words in that order is what makes your wallet safe, and that's what you have to keep safe against everyone. So the way this works is, instead of asking you to write it somewhere, you get a steel plate. You have a small piece of paper in which you end up writing your 12 words or your 24 words. You use those words, you go back to the BIP list, and using those words, you figure out what is the BIP number, BIP 39, right? It stands for Bitcoin Improvement Proposal. It introduces a static list of 2048 words in alphabetical order. So not 1,000 odd, about 2,000 odds. So you go there, and then you look at your 12 words, 24 words. Corresponding to those 12 or 24 words, you figure out what is the number, right? What is that number? And this is the plain text list, right? So as you can see, it keeps going on and on and on till about 2048. So if one of your words is youth, that number is 2044. So what you will do is you will come back here, and then basically you have these yeah, one second. These punches, right? Yeah, these are stamps, and I think those stamps are for the 10 digits, 0 to 9, and then you end up stamping those. So you are supposed to then, based on your words, convert them to numbers using the BIP 39 list, and those numbers are what you hammer and you stamp into this steel sheet, and this steel sheet is what you then save somewhere. So that steel sheet ends up becoming fireproof, weatherproof, all of that, right? Not theft proof, but I think pretty much anything else it's able to prevent against. Yeah, so I thought I'll share this. This is a website called Crypto Numerous, time proof backups, and I thought this was fairly interesting. You know, fireproof, waterproof, shockproof, and hackerproof. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.